And B is here, and so is Luna. Luna has just had a bath. She's sat behind me. I don't know if you can see her or not. You can come and say hello. I'm not going to touch you, but you can come and say hello. No. She is there behind me. I'm not going to touch her because I'm lovely and clean. Hello, Jedwin. Why have I got plant pots in my sink? Because they're orchids I got on Thursday and I haven't yet sorted them out. That's why they're in the sink. They're new ones that I picked up on Thursday and I've got to sort them out, water them, and I've already watered them once, but I've got to sort them out, repot them where needed, give them orchid food, all that type of thing. I'm starting my orchid collection again. I used to collect orchids, and at one point I had about 20 around the house, and I was doing really well at regrowing them. But then I moved and lost a lot. And that was before Aylesbury. So, yep. The other day, Gary, it wasn't the other week, it was the other day, it was Thursday. That's where I bought the orchids from, in Home Bargains. Hope, you've got to look after them properly. That's the key about orchids. They need looking after, but if you do look after them, they can keep going for years. Eddie, because it's empty. Oh, bloody hell. Stop nitpicking. Buzz off. Right, guys, who is cooking along with me? Who is cooking along with me? Is anybody cooking along with me? Yogi, if you're talking about the orchids at the moment, neither, but I put a drip feeder in them. Lottie's cooking along. Great, Lottie. Is anybody else cooking along with the pavlova? Buzzball. Sweetie Queen. Hold on. Sweetie Queen. Can you see what's there? Oh, I forgot the shot glass. I forgot the shot glass. Hi, Observer. Observer, are you going to do a cook along with us? Pavlova in the microwave. Oh, Eddie, you're buzzing off, Eddie, because you are annoying me. Go and piss off your comments elsewhere. Oh, crikey, that big one's already been going for 3 weeks. That big one is, you can reseal it. It's not a big one to drink in one go. Bloody hell. Right, I can't touch her because I've got clean hands. Hi, Priestess Kate, how are you? Are you ready to watch me make a pavlova in the microwave? Yes, Luna's just had a bath. I was running the tap and she decided she'd have a bath. So she jumped in the bath, jumped in the sink. Yeah, so she's cooled off, but I can't touch her because I've got nice clean hands. If I touch her, I'm going to have to wash. So, I really don't want you on my head though, Luna, not while I'm cooking. I'm going to have to wash again. Luna, I'm going to have to wash again, my darling. Yes, you go that way. Good idea. Right, I'm going to wash again. So, wash your hands, do 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 do. Wash your hands, do 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 do. Wash your hands, do 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 do. Wash your hands. Who remembers that during COVID? The Wash Your Hands song. Who remembers that during COVID? And while I'm here, I'm going to get shot glass out of the dishwasher. In honour of 4th of July yesterday, I'm not throwing away my shots. Why's the bird wet? 'Cause she just had a bath. So, there's my Hamilton shot glass. I'm not throwing away my shot. Could you imagine it? You take a shot and you smash the glass. No. Got that when I went to see Hamilton last year. Do I have PCOS? No, I have PMOS. Because PCOS has changed its name to PMOS. So that's over there for later. Right. I'm just going to see who is cooking along with me. If you are cooking along with me and you want to come in the box. If you are cooking along with me and want to come in the box and literally cook with me, then you need to request a box. So if you're going to come in the box, you need to request it now. Ellie, all I ask is people judge me themselves and don't judge me by what other people say. Oh, thank you for the pearl chime. Thank you. Thank you, Charisse. Who is cooking along with me? Is anybody cooking along with me, or am I just cooking for you lot to watch? Oh, Ellie, I will always be myself. I will never be somebody I'm not. If you are cooking along and you want to join the box, guys, you need to join the box. And you need to tell me you're joining the box because you're cooking along. Because I'm not letting these trolls in the box. If you're cooking along, you need to tell me you're cooking along. Thank you for the hearties, guys. Guys, can we have a popular push today? With 900 people in the live, can we have a popular push? What are we making? I am making a pavlova, and I'm going to teach you all how to make a pavlova in the microwave. Thank you for the hearties, everybody. Thank you so much. Let's have a poll. Who is excited to see how you make a pavlova in the microwave? Smiley face, yes. Sad face, no. Who is looking forward to how you make a pavlova in the microwave? You need a microwave. Yes, you do need a microwave to do this. That's the whole point. You need a microwave to make a microwave pavlova. If you enjoy looking forward to watching, smiley face, yes, sad face, why are you in the live? So I haven't made one of these for a couple of years. So this is going to be interesting for me. Jojo, thank you so much for the hand heart. Thank you. There's my bowl. It says Star Baker. It's actually one of the Great British Bake Off bowls. Okay, are we ready? So, first thing you need to do is the messy bit. You need to separate the egg yolk from the egg white. I have 2 little bowls and I've got 2 room temperature eggs. I prefer to use room temperature eggs because they whisk up slightly easier. But I sometimes don't manage to do the egg properly, so we will see how well this goes. Because I don't always manage to get the egg first time on these. Right, the yolk has gone in there, so I'm going to put that egg white in there, and then we're going to try and separate the egg white from the yolk without bursting the yolk, I hope. So far so good. That's most of the egg white. Yay! I think I've managed it first time. Let's see if I can get any more of the egg white. No, I've just split the yolk. So there's the yolk split in there. Put that to one side because you don't need it. And there we have a perfect egg white. Yeah, I know you couldn't see me doing that, guys, but that was just fiddly. So we have a perfect egg white going in the bowl. Now comes the boring bit. You get your fork. I didn't think about the noise. I did not think about the noise. I'm just going to make the comments larger so I can read them. No, you can't use an electric whisk. When you're making a microwave pavlova, you can't use an electric whisk. If you use an electric whisk in the microwave pavlova, it will come out like a rock cake. If you want to do it and make it with a microwave and make it with a electric whisk, feel free to do it and tell me how it comes out. Because I've done it. I did it as an experiment. Ellie, I've done it. I know how it came out. Oh, and this is always the bit I find tiring because of my wrists. Now, the one other thing you need, but I can't find, is a sieve. I can't find my sieve, which I'm really frustrated about. Shauna, you can make it however you want. Do I tell you how to make your fried chicken, or your roast chicken, or your steak? This is how I make a pavlova. If you want to make it in an oven, no problem. Ellie, in that case, Ellie, tell me how you make it. Ellie, tell me how you make it. What ingredients do you use, Ellie? Pavlova in the microwave. Harry, stick around and you can find out how to make it. So I've been making this recipe for years, guys. I've been making this recipe for years, since I was a teenager. And every time I've done it with an electric whisk, it goes like rock cakes. It goes like rock cakes. You try it. All you need is 1 egg white, approximately 12 ounces of icing sugar. Ugh. And my wrist is getting very sore. Oh, not yet. We are getting there, but we're not there yet. Oh, where's my spatula? just going to make sure all the egg yolk, sorry, all the egg white even, is down off the sides and getting mixed in well. Yeah, we're halfway there, we're not quite there yet. Whew. Jodie, saying I'm in chronic pain but can whistle at nothing. Jodie, do you not know how much pain my hand is in at the moment? My fingers are going numb. So maybe, Jodie, you should butt out because you don't know how I'm feeling. KW, thank you so much for the Pharaoh mask. Thank you, KW. Thank you. Ellie, we get the message. Ellie, we get the message. Ellie, we get the message. You can do it how you like, Ellie. I'm doing it how I'm used to doing it, how I've done it since I was a teenager. Simple as, Ellie. If you don't like it, buzz off out of here. Guys, right, I'm going to educate some of you on chronic pain. Some of us get chronic pain, okay? Some of us push through it because we'd rather do stuff. If you don't like it, piss off. I'm trying to do some content here for you all. If you don't like it, piss off. And no, I didn't use my hand, I was using my arm. Before anybody asks. And anyway, nobody's actually going to be eating my pavlova. I'm making this purely for content. Because I'm certainly not going to sit here and eat a pavlova. Exactly, Leanne. Life doesn't stop you when you're in pain. If you did, those of us with chronic conditions would never do anything. You can't see the pain that my wrist is in. Doesn't mean I've not got pain. I'm not auditioning for the next round with Dan. Dan asked me to do the last one and I said no. I'm just going to pick my tissue up again, excuse me. Exactly, Tracy. I have carpal tunnel in both my hands as well. Actually, he did. Okay, piss off. He even talked about the fact he asked me. And we talked about it and we agreed that the reason I wasn't going to do it and I didn't do it was because I didn't want special I didn't want special rules for me when I couldn't do what other people were doing. Why don't I eat it afterwards? Because I don't want to eat this much sugar. Dispensation, that's the word I was trying to say. Thank you, dispensation. Why make it? Because I'm trying to make it to show you lot how easy it is. Oh, sorry, I've got a really tickly nose today. Does my tickly nose mean England's going to win tonight? Right, that is almost ready. When you can do that with your fork and it doesn't fall off and the peak stays, that's when you know it's just about ready. again, get my spatula. Gonna mix it all in off the sides. Bring it all into one and make sure I've got all of the liquid white into peaks. Right. Now then, unfortunately, I don't have a sieve. I can't find it. I do have one. I can't find it. I don't know if it's in my baking box in the garage or where it is. So, instead, I'm just going to have to add my... no. Nice try, Lana. Nice try. Aren't you supposed to hold the bowl upside down over your head to see if it's ready? No. So, as you can see, the egg white is really nice and fluffy. So here is where you start slowly adding the icing sugar. Now, ideally, I would be using a sieve. But I can't find my sieve. So guys, I'm going to ask you, there's 1,800 people in here, only 22k taps. Come on, get tapping. And you start folding the icing sugar into the egg white. And you do it slowly. Now, unfortunately, mine is going to be a little bit lumpy, because really you need a sieve. I'm a bit cross that I can't find mine. So I know this is not going to be the best pavlova I've made, because I know it should be smooth icing sugar that's going in, not lumpy. I don't have a tea strainer. It would be a great idea, but I don't have one. So I'm just going to do my best. And if it doesn't go perfectly, I'll make another one another time with a sieve. No, this is icing sugar, and for this recipe you use icing sugar. Unfortunately, Shaz, I don't have one. So as you can see, it's starting to thicken up. Guys, come on, tap the screen, get me some heart mirrors. Let's have a popular push. Can we have some popular gifts? If you're enjoying this, can we have some popular gifts? I'm not trying to get up to the top of the populars, but getting on the populars would be lovely. Somebody just said that's never going to be a pavlova. Well, watch and see. Don't you measure the amount of icing sugar you need? I know it's approximately 12 ounces, but it depends on your egg size and the consistency of the mixture. So I know roughly what it needs to be, and I know it's approximately 12 ounces. So that's 375, so well over half of this bag of icing sugar. It's empty, that milk carton, guys. So thank you. I know it's there. It's empty. It is a lot of sugar. Now you know why I'm not going to be eating it. Because being blunt, I do not need to eat this much sugar. No, that is a Russian samovar that I've had since I was 16. When I was given it in Russia back in 1990 when I went on a school exchange to Moscow. Yes, I went to Moscow when I was 16. And that was a gift to me from the family I stayed with. And it's lived in my kitchen for, I can't remember, well, a long time. I tried to keep in touch. Over the years, we've lost touch. We kept in touch for nearly 10 years. But with all the trouble in Russia, with all the problems, sadly we lost touch in about 98, 99 approximately. I would have loved to have kept in touch longer, but unfortunately it didn't work. That's just a decorative bottle, Jane. Oh, thank you for the parrot. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Thanks, Belinda. I've said to people every time, because we were getting them last night, and people were saying to me, say give kiss like Luna does. So yeah, I've been to Russia twice now. I went, like I said, in 1990 when I was 16 on the school exchange. And then back in 2012, I went for 2 days to St. Petersburg on a cruise. This is getting to the point where I need to use my hands. So you get to a point where you have to start using your hands on this. That's why you have to have very clean hands. Which is why I'm not using my hands to rub my nose. And yes, my nose is very, very itchy. No, I'm making pavlova, but I'm a bit worried it's not going to go so well because of the fact I've not got a sieve, so I'm not putting as much air into it as I'd like. Because normally you'd put more air into the mixture by using a sieve to sieve the icing sugar. Now that's better, it's getting to a better consistency now. It does look a little bit like royal icing at this point, yes it does. But I promise you it's not. Oh. Can't believe how itchy my nose is. And I promise you I'm not using my hand. before anybody says I am. Promise you I'm not. So as you can see, it's now developing into more of a ball. But my fingers are still very sticky with it. I'm trying to get all of the sticky egg stuff off my fingers. Because what you're supposed to do is get it into a ball and then you put it on the worktop. And yes, my hands were scrubbed within an inch of their lives before I did this. And then you saw me wash my hands again when I handled Luna. Ah, Sophie, this is microwave pavlova, not oven pavlova. So I think you're going to be surprised. Yeah, this is microwave pavlova, guys, not oven pavlova. So I do want to make that clear. This is a different type of pavlova. I am a little nervous this might not work brilliantly, like I said, because, as I said, I've not used a sieve. Right. Any more lumps? No, that's just icing sugar lumps. Right. I'm going to wash my hands and I'm going to wash my nose and see if that helps. Soap. Oh, that's slightly better. Don't know why, but I think it's my hay fever and allergies have really sprung into life today. I did sneeze about 5 times this morning, so which I don't normally do. I normally sneeze once or twice in the morning, but not 5 times. Right. Clean hands again. It's very light and crispy, Lauren. This is a very light and crispy mixture. So, at this point, this is where you need a really clean work surface. So if I'm going to rotate the camera, bear with me a second. Rotate the camera. Just bear with me a second, guys. I won't be able to read the comments at this point. So that's the microwavable plate. Now, you might not see all of this, guys, in the camera, but I'm going to do my best to keep as much of it in the camera shot as possible. So, let me just try. Oh, hold on, excuse me, I just need to answer this. Hi, I'm on TikTok. Can I call you back? Yeah, are you okay? Yeah. I'm actually making a pavlova at the moment, live on TikTok. Yeah, I'm showing everybody how to make a microwave pavlova. Yes. Although I couldn't find a sieve, so I'm a little bit nervous about how much it's going to rise, because there's not going to be as much air in it as I'd like. Talk to you later. I'll send you some photos of how it looks. Bye. That was my mum, guys. So I'm going to phone her back afterwards, but she didn't know I was doing this. So I've just taken a photo of how the pavlova mix looks at the moment, so that my mum can see it. I'm going to say no to that battle request. Go away. And I'm just going to adjust this slightly so you can see a bit more. And there, that is the pavlova mix. I know it doesn't look like much at the moment, but you will have to trust me. You will have to trust me. So I'm just going to put it on the plate for a second. Now, this is not how I'd like to do this. Again, I have no sieve. So one thing about making a pavlova is it can get a bit messy, because you don't want it to stick to the worktop. But you can see how this is very bumpy, and I want that to be a lot smoother. So what I'm going to do is fold in on itself until it becomes smoother and a lot stiffer. Now, one of the problems I've got is because I didn't have a sieve, it has gone a bit lumpy, and I'm like desperately don't want to squeeze all the air out. So yeah, this I'm hoping this doesn't go completely disastrously wrong just because I didn't have a sieve. So if it does go wrong, I'll do it again another day with a sieve. This is still a bit more sticky than I'd like it to be, but it's about the right amount. As you can see, that's looking a lot smoother now. I've got some more icing sugar into it. If you are enjoying this, guys, please give me a like, give me a follow, and send a heart me. That would be really appreciated. That's better. That's now got a lot better texture. Right, time to do a little bit of clearing up. And get a knife out. A nice pink knife. Right. So, in the middle of the table, I'm going to cut it into 4. No, I'm going to cut it into 3. Because I'm going to make a 3-tier pavlova. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on which way you look at it, I have not got any cream or fruit. The reason I've not brought any cream or fruit is because I don't want the cream and fruit, because I'm not going to be eating this. But normally, when this is finished, you'd layer it up with really tough whipped double cream and any fruit you want. You could also add bits of chocolate to the filling. You could also add other things to the filling. You can add pretty much anything you like to the filling. Here we go. That is now ready for the microwave, believe it or not. That is now ready for the microwave. So, how do you think of that? Oh, out the way, Bee. I don't want to stand on you. So I'm going to put that in the microwave, just like that. I'm putting that in the microwave. Are you ready for this, guys? Are you ready for this going in the microwave? So I'm putting it on. Crash. Sorry, Bee. That was 2 plastic beakers going over. Sorry, Bee. Made her jump. So I am putting that in the microwave for 2 minutes. But the important thing is not to open the microwave while it's on. If you have a microwave with a good light on the inside, it helps. Unfortunately, however, my microwave does not have a brilliant light on the inside, which is a bit frustrating. So we'll have to see how it looks when it comes out. You can also make these, which is what I'm going to do with this. You can also make really small little meringues. So if you make small little meringues like this, you can break them up and it makes a really crumbly, light eating mess. See if I can see how that's doing. No, my microwave is pathetic. I wonder if I put my phone on it, if I can see better. No, I can't see anything. Yeah, my microwave light is awful. I can smell it, but I can't see a bloody thing. It's nearly had 2 minutes. I can't see a bloody thing. That's 2 minutes now. Give it another few seconds. That's had 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Ta-da! That's all right. For a top layer, that's all right. You see how it's expanded? And you saw from that tiny little thing, sausage in the centre, you can see how much that's expanded. You see that? So, whoops, I've just broken the second one. Just going to get another plate. The most tricky part about making one of these pavlovas is actually the serving of it. Because when you serve these, they go so crumbly, they make a mess. Me and my mum have a rule. We're happy to make them, but we refuse to serve them because we know what a mess they make when you serve them. So for the bottom layer of this pavlova, I'm making a longer sausage, which I'm going to make a wider circle with on the plate. Then what you'll see is what two of them look like together when you put them together. So you can see I've made that one slightly bigger. Just trying to ease it out a bit more without putting too many cracks in, and without breaking it would have been good. Right. I'm going to add a tiny bit to that. So there you go, guys. There is the second one ready to go in the microwave. And as you can see, I've made that one slightly rounder and slightly larger on the plate. And the hope is that that will stay hollow in the middle. And you could fill that with cream and fruit. And then you spread over the top the cream and fruit. And then you put the other layer on top. And you can do as many layers of this as you like. The tallest I've ever made is 5 tiers. I did that as a joke at college. I did it as a joke at college and it was hilarious because it went everywhere when we served it. We had a dinner party one evening with a group of friends and it was a lot of fun. And these little ones, I'm going to just do little tiny meringues that I will eat. I could Uber myself some squirty cream for them. So even these little balls here, or these 6 little balls, although they don't look much, they will, in fact, make nice little meringues. Just standing up and looking at the comments. So to show you again, guys, there is the first one, finished. One egg and icing sugar. That's all you need. 1 egg and icing sugar. Now, I'm going to get the spatula out. That's probably had time enough to cool. Yes. There we go. Just flip it over. Can you see how light that is? See how light and crispy that is? It's got an ever so slightly toffee texture, but not hard, not overly sticky. Moment of truth. Oh, it's not risen as much as I'd like it to. Not risen as much as I'd liked it to, but again, that's because of the lack of air going in with the lack of a sieve. But that's still good enough. And the idea would be that that would be the base, It's just come out the microwave, so I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to move it yet. But as you can see, it's got a large hollow centre. So you'd fill the centre with cream, whipped cream, fruit, and you'd layer it up round the sides so it hangs out over the sides. You'd make 2, 3 or 4 tiers, and the top tier rests on like that. And you have however many tiers up you want with the cream and the fruit in the middle, and it all stacks up like that. This, where these plates are a Wedgwood set. This Wedgwood set I started collecting when I was 18. I worked in my very first job. I worked in a department store. And I was a canvasser for a portrait studio. And that meant wandering around talking to people, getting names and phone numbers, and arranging for people to come and have their portraits taken with their kids. And so that was my very first job after I did a year's voluntary work in London. I shouldn't have put that on there because that's a bit heavier, and I don't want to crush the one that's just come out the microwave. So that's still too warm to move. The recipe is 1 egg white and approximately 12 ounces of icing sugar. So I had a 500 gram bag, and there's less than half left. No, it's not caster sugar, it's icing sugar. No, you don't need corn flour, you don't need salt, you don't need vinegar, and you don't need vanilla. All you actually need is egg whites and icing sugar. You don't need the rest. You don't need the rest. If you want to use the rest, you can, a different recipe. But this recipe is a really easy recipe. And it's good results, as you can see. I'm just waiting for these little ones to come out. Yeah. Cool. Here we go. 4 little babies. Four little baby meringues. 2 minutes. Depending on whether you can see in your microwave or not, about 2 minutes. Yes, Stephanie, I will in a bit. But I'm going to let them cool down first. And I will flip the camera back round. I am getting rather warm. $800 Emma. So there is the top layer that I did first, and it did have a hole in the middle, but it's expanded. Yeah, they keep really well. They keep really well. In the past, I've made them in advance and stored them for several weeks. If you keep them in an airtight tin, they store really well. Because me and my mum used to make them a month before Christmas, ready for Christmas. There you go. So I've deliberately left it on the plate to cool down before trying to remove it. not exactly fluffy. Okay, Kelly. Is that not fluffy enough for you? How they just crumble? Was that not crumbly enough? How did it taste? Like sugar. Now, is it the same as everyone? Is it the same way everybody does them? No, of course it's not. There are lots of different ways to make sponge cake. There are lots of different ways to make a chicken curry. There are lots of different ways to make popcorn. There's lots of different ways to make a pavlova. You choose what works for you. This is the best way that works for me. It's so simple, it's so easy. Everybody said they wanted to see how I did it, so there you go, I've shown you. I like that, my time. And that's taken me an hour showing you online. No, Emma, I haven't made them for over 2 years. I last made them for a Christmas dinner we had as a family just after COVID. So yeah, I haven't made them for maybe 3 years actually. It was before TikTok, so actually it's over 3 years since I've made them. Laura, it may be a messy kitchen, which I have no problem agreeing with, but it's a clean, messy kitchen. It's a clean, lived-in, messy kitchen. I'm going to wash my hands. It's not a big kitchen. In fact, it's very small compared to my old kitchen. And it's not great. It needs replacing at some point. But other things take priority. And eventually one day I'll have a new kitchen. But I won't be for quite a while yet. Yes, I just washed them, Blue Sky. Do you mean did I wash them beforehand? Yes. And during. Thank you. Well, everybody knows I love pink accessories. So guys, once again, there's the bottom tier. There's the bottom tier. If I had cream, I'd put a layer of cream round, like that. I'd then put fruit in the layer. I'd put another layer of fruit round, cream round, and then I would put meringue on top. Then I would do the same again. And then the top tier would go on, like so, however many tiers up. The top tier would go on, and then I'd do something in the middle. Yeet, I promise you, Yeet, I could not eat all this sugar. Absolutely couldn't. It is literally pure sugar. I can happily eat a couple of these, this size. Happily eat a couple of this size. No problem. You've already seen me eat a small one. So yeah, I'm going to store those big two, and I might make an eaten mess or something next week. I've got these small ones at the moment, so I'll have these in the next couple of days, the small ones. I might make an eaten mess or something with half of one of those next week sometime. Lou and Milo, you don't need to freeze them. You can just put them in an airtight tin and they keep. Did you guys enjoy that? How long do they keep for? Emma, I've kept them for a month before now. Guys, if you enjoyed that, smiley face. If you didn't, piss off. If you enjoyed it, smiley face. If you didn't enjoy it, you can piss off out of here. Did you enjoy that, guys? Did you enjoy watching me make a meringue? Making a pavlova? Told you I knew how to do it. People ask me how you do it in the microwave, so I've showed you. $200 people voting. Thank you very much, everybody, for voting. 200 of you enjoyed that. That's the 200 can be bothered to vote. Thank you. Thank you for the heart miss, everybody. Keep the heart miss coming, guys. If anybody wants to send a parrot, that would also be very appreciated. I'm glad Luna buzzed off as well. Luna's in the hall. I can see her. 240 of you bothered to vote and said yes, you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Please don't say you're doing the next scran with Dan, as he doesn't want anyone knowing yet. I was going to do the last one, but I said no. Patrick, thank you for the bird. Thank you for the parrot. Kiss, 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 kiss. Thank you. Oh, I had a few yesterday, Bella, of the blender of the parrot. I had a few yesterday. Thank you, Patrick. So yes, I did talk to DG about doing this last scran with Dan that's just happened. There were two reasons I didn't do it. Number one, I didn't want special rules made for me. I didn't want No, hold on, we said it earlier. I didn't want dispensation, you know, special rules and stuff, because there are things that I wouldn't have been able to manage. And I didn't want to have help and all that type of thing. So I said no. The other reason that I didn't want to do it was because Zach the Rat was doing it. Shannon, when it comes to a competition like that, it could be seen as special rules by people watching. And knowing how toxic this TikTok is, I didn't want special rules for myself. No. Yes, I had a chat with DG about doing it. Yes. Bex, I'm afraid you did. I've just finished. And here is the finished article. Ta-da! I've never made a cheesecake. That's something I've never, ever tried to do. Something I've never tried to make is a cheesecake. Cheesecakes are simple, are they? Patrick, I'm not going to cut the layered ones because if I'm going to store them, which I am, they store better whole. But I will show you the little one. So if I break the little one open, you can see how crumbly it is. And you can see the texture in the middle. You can see how the texture is formed. And it would have been better if I'd had the sieve for the icing sugar, because then more air would have gotten into it. Hello, darling. Thank you for staying out the way while I was actually cooking. Yes. It's meringue, yes. It's called a pavlova, but basically, jam, it's meringue, yes. Thank you, Yeet. There you go, Emma. I hope that looks good. Eton Mess All is broken bits of meringue. No, that's not the one I just broke. Broken bits of meringue in whipped cream and strawberries, traditionally. Luna is not having pure sugar. Alicia, she always does that. Jay, the first thing I would assume is that cheesecake has cheese in it. Yeah, I'll show you the pavlova. There you go. Ta-da! I've deliberately only made a 2-tier one because I've used some of it to make some small meringues. Yeah, pizza. What you can't do is you can't put stuff in the mix before you microwave it. So what you can do though, Pitta, is you can put chocolate chips in the cream with the cream and fruit and things like that. I've done that before now. Go Channel says, I'm not being rude, but why do you grow facial hair? Okay, if you're not being rude, I will try and answer for you. You are a troll account, but I will still answer it as you're asking. I have a condition called PMOS, polyendocrine metabolic ovary syndrome. Let me say that again because it's its new name. Polyendocrine metabolic ovarian syndrome. Used to be called polycystic ovarian syndrome, but it's now polyendocrine metabolic ovarian syndrome. Thank you, Aidan. It's easier to read than say thinking. But they changed the name, Elizabeth, because it fits the description better than just polycystic ovary syndrome, because it's polyendocrine. It's the whole system. It's your whole system. Metabolic is also very important. It is a tongue twister, yes. It's not just the ovaries. Exactly, Pitta. And when you look at me, you see why it's called the new name, because I have a very high testosterone level. One doctor told me it's the highest testosterone level she's ever seen in a woman. That's why I can grow a better beard than some men. Okay? And you want to know what's worse? I had a message today from somebody on TikTok. I had a message today. I'm going to call it up on my phone, on my TikTok on my phone, and show you all. Screenshots. Edit. How do I flip it when I do a screenshot? Do that. Hold on. Edit. Crop. Flip. Done. read that, guys. If somebody wants to screenshot that and have a read, please do. There you go. How is that acceptable? How is that acceptable for some people to say something like that? How is that acceptable? I'm asking you, how is that acceptable on this app? I'm just taking some pictures of the meringues. There we go. Molly, I can't help you or give you advice, Molly. I'm not medically trained. However, Molly, if you contact Verity, Verity, a charity in the UK that help people with PMOS, they have a big help group on Faceache, Book of Faces. Somebody can put all I mean in the chat. You go to them and they will be able to help you. I cannot. I'm not medically trained. I've done a lot of awareness raising about Verity in the past. There's a whole list of videos on my page under PCOS. I need to change that to PMOS. And you can have a read there. And I watch my videos from when I grew a beard and everything. Well, that's great, Alfie. Maybe you can do an awareness video on your own page. Whew. Hello, darling. Oh, thank you for the kiss. Mwah. So, guys, did you enjoy me doing the pavlova? Where's B? Probably in the bedroom, lying on my bed. No, neither do I, Shani. I don't understand women who make fun of PCOS either. Especially when it's younger women who don't realise that they could have PCOS not diagnosed, because some people can have it late diagnosed. James, you missed the fun! James, I finished. You missed the fun. Woohoo! No, Miss Legacy, I'm not making it into toppings and things because it'll just get wasted. But what you can do is you can put layers of cream in it. You can put fruit. You can put chocolate chips. You can put almost anything in the middle of the meringues, and you can make as many layers high as you like. I've done 5 layers in the past. I did it once. Normally do 3 layers. 3 layers of meringue. That's my normal. Yeah. So, Stephen Jones, I will answer your question the best I can. Stephen Jones. Today is a one-off, Stephen. I rarely do things like this. I can't bake on a regular basis. Doing things as a one-off is an exception. Okay? I've pushed through the pain. You can't see how much pain my wrist is in at the moment. I've pushed through the pain, whisking the egg white. And then I've done something fairly simple. The most painful bit was doing the egg white whisking. Can you see the mess? You probably can't, but I'll show you the mess. There you go. There's the mess. I'm not going to be clearing that up immediately because I'm too bloody tired now, Stephen. On top of that, this is going to have a knock-on effect on me. I know it is. But you know what? Sometimes, Stephen, you need to step out of your comfort zone and do something that has a bit of fun to it. Do something different, and you need to push yourselves. Sometimes, you know, it's not as difficult as you may think. And I've shown people how easy it is to make a microwave pavlova. It doesn't mean you can't try. Okay? Saying like that about, I'm just going back, but not be able to move and bake food. Can you not see, Stephen, that I'm sat down doing it? I've never said I can't move. I have never said, I've never claimed not to be able to move. Never claimed that. I live on my own in a house which I walk around. I live alone in a bungalow which I walk around. So how the hell have I ever claimed not to be able to move, Stephen? How the hell have I ever claimed not to be able to move? I can't do things like peel a potato. I struggle with using a peeler. I struggle with chopping stuff up like hard vegetables and things. I mean, I'll show you my potato peeler. It's in here. That's my potato peeler. But I struggle to peel things. I do, Emma, yes. Got a lot of pain in my arms and my wrists and my hands. I do what I can when I can. And you know what? If you don't like that, Stephen, why the hell are you following me? If you don't like it, why the hell do you follow me? Because you want drama. Piss off. I don't want drama in my lives. Becca, I would have no doubt struggled with the steps on the boat. Yes. No doubt. There's absolutely no way I'd have been able to jump on and off the boat like they're doing. There is no way that I'd be able to do some of the stuff that they're doing on the boat. I did. It wasn't the ride that caught fire, Ethan. It wasn't the ride that caught fire. In California, Disneyland, somebody had a battery that caught fire. Somebody had a battery pack that was in their bag that caught fire. It wasn't the ride. It was somebody's battery pack in their bag caught fire on the ride. Thank you, everybody, for the kisses and the blow kisses and the heart miss and everything. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. If you want to send me a heart me, I've never got up the populars before. With 1.3 in the room, can we push some heart miss, guys? Please, could we push some heart miss? I did have a target for the heart miss up, but I don't know whether we've got anywhere near it. Let me have a look. Oh, I've done 121 of my 125 target. Can we push those, guys? Can we push getting my target for the heart miss? 125. Yay! Can we keep going with the heart miss, guys, and some other popular gifts? Could we try and do a popular push? Could we try? I'm not on the boat, no. Let me see. How many points do I need to get to popular? 22k to get to popular. Now, I'm not asking to get up to the top of the popular, guys, but I'd like to get on the popular. So if you can see sending me popular gifts, and I tell you what, I'll do another poll. If you'd like me to do another cooking live, smiley face. If you don't want me to do a cooking live, sad face. If you'd like me to do another cooking live, smiley face. If you'd like me to, smiley face. If you don't want me to, sad face. So over 150 of you would like me to do another cooking live. Somebody's just said in the chat, I'm not popular. You're not popular. 188,000 followers would disagree with you, darling. I hit 188,000 today. I am so bloody grateful for so many followers. I am so bloody grateful. 188,000 followers. I'm famous, darlings! Somebody just said it in the chat, so I just had to react. Yay, 198 of you. 198 of you would like me to do another cooking live. What would you suggest I try and do? What would you suggest? Lana, love it. Thank you, Lana. This is Luna. How easy is a cheesecake to do? I've got to remember, I've got to be able to do things within my limits. Alright guys, I will look up how to make a cheesecake. I will look up how to make a cheesecake. There you go. I will look up how to make a cheesecake. I do have an electric mixer, yes. I have to dust it off and clean it because it hasn't been used for a couple of years at least. At least. But yes, I do know, I do have an electric mixer, yes. So, I will be watching the Yeet, I like that. A buzzball cheesecake. Talking of which, in honour of 4th of July yesterday, Alexander Hamilton I'm not throwing away my shot. Cheers. Happy 250th. James. Careful how that reads. Careful how that reads, James. Hold on. I've just texted them. So yes, I am going to bed early. Gonna get a couple of hours of rest, even if I don't sleep, and then I will get up again for the football. I'm an England fan when it comes to the World Cup. Yes, I will go live for the football. I will go live at 1 AM for the football. Or it might just, if I fall asleep, it might be just after 1 AM. So yes, I won't be able to broadcast it, but I will be live during the football. Yes. I won't be doing anything when Mexico score. They're not going to score anyway. Yes, James, that's what I meant. That's why I'm not going to say that out loud. Alana, at one point they proposed moving it to 7 p.m. sorry, UK time, which would have been about 11 a.m. in America. Way too hot. Way too hot in the middle of the day like that. Thank you for the heart, Miss Everybody. Thank you for the heart, Miss Everybody. Can we keep the heart me's coming? Can we keep the heart me's coming? What else would you like to see me doing? Oh, right, Mexico, Danielle. Yeah, whatever. Still same as West Coast America. I did make the pavlova. Yes, Tracy, you've missed it. do. Yeah, Ethan, I might do some more bear making in the future. But I'm not going to be doing it at the moment. But I might make some more bears in the future. Chocolate Rice Krispie cake. Bit boring. Let me think. I am going to be going to the zoo sometime soon, if you'd like to watch that. I'm going to be going to the zoo. Take you all to the zoo. Yeah. Hello. Emma, if you want a basic bear making kit for just a soft toy, they can be got at most craft shops. If you want to actually make a mohair bear, then that's very different, and I can point you in the direction. But it depends what you actually mean. Cobham Housewife says, please don't support zoos. Animal cruelty at its finest. Well, Cobham Housewife, I support the London Zoological Society at both Whipsnade and London Zoo. The amount of work they've done to protect animals, to ensure endangered species are still alive, things like that. So yeah. So when it comes to supporting zoos along those lines, I really do support them. When it comes to tiny zoos that don't look after their animals well, that's a different matter. So it depends what zoo. And you can't judge all zoos by the bad ones. You can't. Yes, Gigi, I have. I talk about it occasionally. But it's changed its name now to PMOS, Polyendocrine Metabolic Ovarian Syndrome. Hello. Did I make the pavlova? Yes, I've done it. Ta-da! That's a samovar, Dana. It's a Russian traditional kettle. And that one actually works. Not that I'd want to plug it in because it's lethal. The wiring on it is so lethal. It's unbelievable. I wouldn't want to use it. But it would actually work. For coffee or tea, Gainer. I'm not going to make that into a full pavlova cake because I wouldn't eat it. It's way too much. So I will break the meringue up because this will keep. So it keeps better when you leave it whole. But over time, I will break these into halves and then make an Eton mess or something like that. But I will only make what I will eat. I won't make a whole one and then waste it. Name change, Kaylee. Name change. It's changed its name from PCOS to PMOS. Gigi, if you want to get advice and medication and stuff like that, first of all, you should talk to your GP. You should be asked to be referred to an endocrinologist. The other thing you can do is look at the charity Verity. And Verity have a help group on Faceache or Book of Faces, where you can get help and advice. Thanks, Luna. I love you too. You've just pooed on my arm. I love you too. Most of the time. Yeah. Oh, gross. Going through the menopause with PCOS, some symptoms change. However, PCOS is not only menopause corrected, because you still have all the hormones and the other side effects. You don't lose, you don't lose PCOS even if you have a hysterectomy. Of course I can walk, Gemma Jones. I've never said I can't walk. I walk around my house all the time. I live in a bungalow. Insulin resistance doesn't disappear just because you have a hysterectomy, something like that. Exactly, Laura. I can walk short distances, sometimes more easily than others. Yes, Gina. Yes, even if you have full hysterectomy, you'll still have PCOS because you've still got all the hormone problems, you've still got the testosterone problems, you will still possibly have the weight problems, the mood swings, everything else that goes with PCOS. You just won't have the actual ovaries anymore. It's not a trophy, it's a Russian samovar, a traditional Russian teapot. Have I ever tried bird as food? Yeah, I eat chicken all the time. Yes, Bev, it has. Ta-da! The kitchen is rough. Well, Lauren, the kitchen might be a bit rough, but it's used. It's lived in. It may not be the tidiest kitchen in the world, but it's clean. Oh, I doubt this kitchen has been decorated since the 70s, Milkshake. I very much doubt it. I think it's hideous, personally. But I can't afford to change it. No, not yet, Emma. I'm looking into different ideas. You like the tiles. Jamie, I can't stand the bloody tiles. Oh, Jackie, yes, I've seen the videos about Chihuahuas cheering for Mexico. Yes, I have. No, I don't think B will care. I think B will just be asleep. Oh, dear. No, I'm not diabetic, no. Hi, Ian. The parrot is Luna. Her name is Luna. I got that tequila on Temu. Thank you for the hand heart, Roly. Yeah, Luna's giving me snuggles and things, isn't she? I'm fine, Shannon. It's just the stupid comments. Some really stupid comments. It is warm, Ian. It is indeed. Hey, Ian, question for you. Ian, do you know any good local decorators? Or do your in-laws know any good local decorators? Could you ask them? Or also plumbers, Ian. Or builders, or general contractors. I'm not going to ask on Facebook, no, because when you ask on Facebook, you get people sending adverts and saying, I'm a good builder. No, I want recommendations, not people saying they are a good builder. And Ian knows exactly where I live, so yeah. Pity, unfortunately, Pity, you're over in America. My brother can't help me with the things I need help with. No. No good, Susie. No, way too far away. No, I'm too far from Bicester. Did you know that the Checker Trade app is not as good as people think it is? Checker Trade, people can buy their recommendations. It's not as safe as people think it is. I never use Checker Trade. No. I prefer to use personal recommendation. That's why I've asked Ian, because he's local. Yes, Pitta, no comment. Hello, Bibi. Hello, darling. Do you want to come and say hello? Oh, somebody just came and put their paws on me. Hello, darling. Hello. That might be why I've got an itchy nose, because you keep licking it. Ian, actually I might as well tell you on here, Ian, because I talked about it yesterday, so that was Friday, sorry. I talked about it on Friday evening, so I'll talk about it again. I'm having my wet room done, Ian, and I talked to the contractors about ripping out my ensuite and turning it into a sink and a toilet, and then having my dressing table and stuff in there, and a couple of other decorating jobs. And they quoted so much money, it was ridiculous. They wanted £600 to fit a new toilet. I kid you not, they wanted £600 just to fit a new toilet. You heard me. Yeah, what? Just the toilet. Yes, just the toilet. We can pick the toilet up for £150, £200. They wanted £600 to put in a new toilet. Well, they're the people who are here. They're going to be here doing my wet room, which is a government grant. So I reckon they've got fixed prices for grant stuff. And who do you know, Ian? You obviously know someone. You ask him now. I don't know who you know, Ian, but you obviously know someone. So I don't need a plumber. I need a general person, because I need somebody who can do decorating, rip some stuff out, and do decorating. I don't need a plumber. Did I make the pavlova? Yes, I did. There you go. Ta-da! Meh, 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 meh. Actually, I could put some eyes there and there. And I'd have a crab. Oh, now. That's funny. That would be funny. Could I make some legs? Put some eyes. There's almost a hole already for the eyes there and there. Put some eyes there and there. Make a face. I can put some... The thing is, you can actually put the tiniest amount of food colouring in. I've made it with food colouring before now, but you must make sure you don't put too much in. And you do it at the end when you fold it in. But you can't put too much of it in. A bird flew in my house. I can't see a bird anywhere. Can anybody else see a bird? Anybody else? I can't see a bird anywhere. Luna's a member of my family. My top, Kaylee, originally came from Yours Clothing, but I actually found it in a charity shop. Nothing wrong with it at all. I found it in a charity shop, but it comes from Yours Clothing. It's originally from Yours Clothing. Carrie, I'm not going to be doing it yet, Carrie. I am going to do it. I'm not doing it yet because I've not been on Disney for over 2 weeks, well, about 2 weeks now. My glasses come from I nearly said Yours Clothing. My glasses are from Specsavers. There's the pavlova. Oh, really, Ian? Oh, Ian, message me and tell me, are you moving nearer to my area, Ian? Are you moving nearer your in-laws? Oh, just down the road. There's a very nice pub there, Ian. A very nice pub. Yeah, I know what you mean. Luna is a pineapple green cheek conure. No, I don't live in Wales. No, I used to live in Wales. I don't anymore. Rebel, yes, we've been talking about, I'm going to make a cheesecake next. I'm going to be making a cheesecake next. I've actually got some of the Kylie Minogue glasses as well. Yes, I've made the pavlova. Ta-da! I just need to sit with it in front of me, don't I? There. Can you see the pavlova now, guys? Can you see the pavlova? Try to sit with it like that. Do I have children? I have a feather child and a furry child. See you later, Ian. Thanks for coming in. How old's Luna? 8 years old. Yeah, I tried some of the little ones, Jodie. I've got a couple of little ones here. How long have I had Luna? On the 23rd of July, I would have had her 8 years. Trainer Adam, I've already answered that. I was asked on the last one to go in, and I did talk to DG about it, but there were 2 reasons I didn't. Number one, and the main one, was I would need extra help. I would need special dispensation and stuff, and I didn't want to bend the rules. I don't think that's fair that I would have special rules and stuff because I can't do stuff. I didn't think that's fair for a competition. The other thing is Zach the Brat was doing it, and there's no way I'd be anywhere near Zach the Brat. So they're the 2 reasons I didn't do it. Otherwise, yes, I'd have loved to have done it. That's why I knew where it was being done. That's why I knew they were using my local Tesco's. I knew a lot more. I just didn't let it on. I didn't let out what I knew because I didn't want to. Rach, yeah, I know exactly where they are on the canal barge. I know all the details for the canal boat. I was going to go. And then due to a couple of different reasons, it was decided it wasn't right for me. Including some of the people who were going, I wouldn't have got on with. I would have struggled with being near those people for that much time. And that's pretty much the biggest reason I didn't go. Plus, I would have struggled on the boat. I'm having a break from art, Matty. I'm having a break from art. I went on holiday. I checked on my base and everything before I went on holiday, and everything was fine. I came back from my holiday and forgot to log in for a couple of days. I logged in a couple of days after I got back, and I had lost everything on Arc. I'd lost everything. all my base, all my supplies, all the stuff I'd paid for, all of the materials I'd gathered, I lost everything. I had a brilliant base. I had enough element for over a year for tech generators and stuff. I lost so much. So I'm having a huge break from it. At the moment, I'm playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, which I am enjoying. I just haven't played it for a while because I've not turned my computer on for a couple of weeks because I've got so much else going on. And with Disney, you don't have to worry about logging in to not lose stuff. And I just said, you know what, I'm not playing Ark for a while because I can't cope with building it all up again and then losing it again. I've done that. I've had that happen twice now. I really don't want it to happen a third time. It's not worth the effort, exactly. What's Power World? Never heard of it. Yes, D-double. Here you go. We did it. I did it on live. There you go. I did it on live. I've only made 2 tiers, but you can make as many tiers as you like. What is it? A car wash, Carla. It's a car wash. Will I be watching the football? Yes, I will. I'm going to be having an early night, getting at least a rest, if not some sleep, and then getting back up in time for the football. And I will come live again for the football. It's a Russian samovar, a Russian tea. You could call it a Russian kettle or a Russian teapot. You're happy, aren't you? Hello, Stardust. Yes, Claire, I've just had a buzzball shot, actually. But yes, I will have some buzzballs ready later. I will probably have a chocolate one ready for later. Mind you, saying that, the chocolate one's so bloody tasty, I might end up just drinking it rather than taking shots. The big one is the honeydew melon, and I got it from Sainsbury's. It's very nice. My time, I've set a 5-shot a game maximum. No, Jennifer, it's been changed back. It's lovely, isn't it, Amber? It really is nice. I could happily actually drink it, quite happily. Problem is, it is strong. Hello. You're being very chilled, aren't you? She is being very chilled. Oh, the chocolate one is very nice, Sarah. Very nice. From the fridge, Sky. David, as long as I'm sensible, yes, I can. I can't drink when I'm on my strong painkillers. If I'm only taking, if I take a strong painkiller in the morning and then drink in the evening, that's fine. If I'm on at the time on strong painkillers, then I can't. Really, Samantha? Okay. Yeah, that's what I mean, Emma. If I'm on tramadol at the time, no, I can't. That's what I mean. I have to think about what I'm taking at the time and what I can and can't mix. Have I heard What About Corrie? Not that I watch it, but no. What about Corrie? I'm going to decide what flavour. Oh, Corey Wilde. No, I haven't, but I really don't care about him. No, I haven't, but I really don't care. Yes, I do watch EastEnders, yes. He got arrested. No comment. I feel sorry for CLA, though. I genuinely feel sorry for CLA. So, for those of you who don't know, CLA was in a restaurant the other day and the police came in and cuffed her. I didn't even know there was somebody called B in EastEnders. I haven't watched EastEnders for more than a year. Yeah, she was in a restaurant and people phoned the police, trolls phoned the police on CLA, saying she had a KNIFE. I think I've spelt that right. She wasn't arrested, she was handcuffed as they searched her, because they have to take these things seriously. The police get a report of somebody waving something around dangerously, they have to take it seriously. I don't believe she did it herself, guys. I don't believe that. I don't believe that anybody would stoop that low. I don't believe she would. Yeah, where's the proof? Yeah, what's the point? Exactly, Pitter. Why would you fight the police if you know you've done something wrong? I'd get upset. I'd be upset about the trolls. And she was upset about the trolls. She was upset about the trolls. But she's also used to it happening. But doesn't mean it's right. Just because she's used to it happening doesn't mean it's right. Mwah. 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 Why was she so calm? Was she calm though, Mr. Dodger? She might have seemed calm to you and everybody watching, but how did she feel inside? We can't say how she felt. We can't say how she felt. I think anybody doing that to anybody else is just so wrong. Exactly, Doc. Of course she's not going to argue and make the situation worse. Exactly. Why would she kick off when it would make it so much worse for her? Afraid so. Pavlova's finished. It's made. It's done. It's there. Ta-da! There's the pavlova. I only made 2 tiers. I didn't make 3 because I made some little ones. It's just sugar, basically. When you're meeting them like that, it's just pure sugar. I haven't got any cream. I'm not making the big one up because it's just way too much sugar. Oh, I'm keeping Luna well away from it. Luna on a sugar high, that would be ridiculous. Hi, Mama Jones. How are you? I know, Dot, when she takes the sweets and things. Tapao, if she managed to grab someone I wasn't looking, I'd then chase her till I caught her and took it off her. No, I'm not diabetic. Hello in Australia. Good morning to you. Does Luna ever bite? Yes. Thank you to help me, guys. Thank you. Is it not the morning yet in Australia? Well, it's 5 o'clock here, so surely it's nearly morning in Australia. Yes, I am, Jasmine. Yes. Thank you for the help me's, everybody. I can't believe I've still got 1.1 in the room. Hello, everybody. Yeah, it's the morning then. It's good morning. Yes, it's morning. It may be early, but it's still morning. Why don't you have a health kick to help your health? Fuzzy DJ, how do you not know I'm having a health kick? Do you watch what I eat every day? Do you? Are you a spy? Have you got secret cameras hidden around my house? You can see by looking. No, you can't. You can make assumptions. You don't know what I eat. So maybe you should take your opinions and stick them up your ass and piss off. Of course you can see the pavlova, Jamie. There you go. Is there something you wish people were more aware of as a wheelchair user? Yes, Lewis, I will answer that. Something that I wish more people were aware of as a wheelchair user. I wish people realised that just because you use a wheelchair doesn't mean you can't walk. A wheelchair is not always there for people who are paralysed only. A wheelchair is there for people who use a wheelchair to be able to manage to do more than they can do without a wheelchair. That is why it's called an ability aid. It's an aid to help you do more in your life. A lot of people, if they didn't have access to a wheelchair, wouldn't be able to get out the house. I wouldn't be able to get out the house if I didn't have access to a wheelchair. I cannot walk very far. A lot of people can't walk far, and that is why they use a wheelchair. A wheelchair isn't there because you can't be bothered. The wheelchair is there to help you do more than you'd be able to do without the wheelchair. Hello. Exactly, Pissa. Would a walking aid help me? Yes, that's what a wheelchair is. A wheelchair is a mobility aid. Exactly, Kimberly. Exactly. Hello. Am I prepared for another heat wave? I am not looking forward to the weather getting hotter this week. I don't have a mobility scooter, Miss Independent. Actually, technically, I have a half a mobility scooter in my garage. I have an old mobility scooter that I haven't used for about 4 years, which doesn't have a seat because the seat went rotten, so I got rid of the seat. And I've got the frame of the wheelchair. Mobility scooter. I've got the frame. I've got the scooter without the seat. There are some second-hand seats for it on Fleabay. But it would cost more to do that mobility scooter up to a usable condition. It would cost more now to do that scooter up than it would be to buy a second-hand repurposed mobility scooter. Okay, a wheelchair is 4 wheels and you sit in it like a chair. It doesn't have a steering wheel in front of you of any sort. If you've got an electric wheelchair, you normally have a joystick on the arm. A mobility scooter normally has handlebars in front of you. You have a platform with the chair based on it, and you have somewhere you put your feet on a platform. You have the handlebars and a bar in front of you, sometimes with or without a basket. And they're the 2 things. A mobility scooter is much bigger. Yee-haw! Sneaky Sniper, thank you for the pink cowboy hat. Thank you. That's the first one of those I had. Thank you. I love that gift. If anybody else wants to send me another pink cowboy, I love that pink cowboy. Yeehaw! Thank you. Thank you, Sneaky Sniper. So yeah, I am looking at getting another mobility scooter, possibly next year. I have my eye on a particular make and a particular model, because I would be, you've seen me go up onto the big hills near where I live. There's some big hills. Now, there is a long walk I can do up on those big hills, but it's not wheelchairable, but it would be using a mobility scooter, the type of mobility scooter I'm looking at getting secondhand. And if I do that, that will be sometime next year, hopefully. I've got to save the money up, because I would not be able to get that on PIP, because I already have my wheelchair through PIP. Cozy Bay! Oh, that was beautiful. Cozy Bay, thank you. That was beautiful. Not seen those butterfly vibe, that one before. Thank you. Have you missed the pavlova? You have, but I can show it to you. There you go. There's the pavlova. Yes, the last time the battery ran out on me. Oh, thank you for the pole chime, Cozy Bay. Thank you. Thank you for the waves and fireworks there, guys. Thank you. Yes, I have run out of battery on my wheelchair. I was less than half a mile from home. Somebody was very kind and let me park in their driveway. I then got a taxi half a mile to my house, because it was too far for me to walk. I got a taxi half a mile to my house, picked the charger up, and went half a mile back to my wheelchair. Sat in their driveway for an hour charging it, and then made it home. That was earlier this year. Yeah, half a mile. Could have been 10 miles. I couldn't do half a mile or 10 miles. It's, yeah. Yes, it also happened in Disneyland Paris. Yes, I ran out of battery in Disneyland Paris as well. But they were very kind. They helped me out. Somebody went to my room, got the battery, took it to the Disney park gates, and somebody else brought it from the gates to the restaurant I was in. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah. Pinks, my battery charger is a big brick like this, and it's heavy. That's why I don't normally carry it with me. Thank you, Cozy Bay. Kiss, 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 kiss. Thank you. So, Pinks, you can't carry a spare battery with my type of wheelchair. My type of wheelchair runs on 2 car batteries, equivalents of car batteries. And there's no way you could carry one of those spare, let alone 2. And you can't just change the battery on my wheelchair. My wheelchair normally has a 20-mile radius. Normally. Unless it hasn't charged properly, or unless it goes faulty, my chair would normally have approximately a 20-mile radius. Miss Blonde says there's nothing wrong with her walking, it's weight related. Miss Blonde, you're completely wrong. It is not weight related. My health has made me put on weight. I had mobility problems before my weight was high. So Miss Blonde, would you like to educate yourself before you come in saying something like that? And while you're at it, why don't you get your attitude checked? Yeah, you might have a disability with your attitude, because that attitude really does stink of disability with attitude. You have an attitude disability. And with that, I'm blocking you. Bye bye. Nobody has to give me Cozy Bay. I'm incredibly grateful. Thank you again, Cozy Bay. Pinks, it's better to ask me a question in here. If you've got something you want to ask me, Pinks, it's normally better to ask me in the live, because I normally don't have time to reply to everybody. So, Amy, I have somebody who comes and helps me once every couple of weeks. I have somebody who comes and helps me now once every couple of weeks to help me keep on top of stuff in the house that I struggle with. So they help me to strip and make my bed. They'll help me with vacuuming, carpet cleaning, things like that. They'll help me with stuff that I can't manage. There's all sorts of things they'll help me with. And yeah, it's a very good arrangement I've got. She's a very close friend, and she comes and helps me once every week or 2 weeks, depending on what I need and when she can fit it in. And I pay for the help as well. It's not a freebie, I pay for that. Pinks, I get recorded all the time. Please just ignore it, and I don't want to know about it. The reason being, everybody who's popular on TikTok gets screen recorded and cam 2'd by other people. It's like all of the FYP pages and things. Loads of people have it. Yes, Hobby Lucy, I change my bedding every week. And vacuum your bed. That's something I've never thought of doing, Biff. Vacuuming your bed. Do you actually vacuum the mattress? Is that what you do? Foolish Mortal, I'm not going to be doing it this week, but yes, I'm looking forward to doing it. I'm not going to be doing it this week because I've just got too much else going on. I've never heard of that. I mean, I turn my mattress every couple of months. So Tracy, I have 2 setups. When it comes to my duvet, I use that for a week. And then I have a bedspread and sheet that I use for the other week. So when my friend comes and she helps me strip the bed, we change the duvet cover. I use that for a week. Then I take the duvet off. If I can get the duvet cover off, I will, and wash it. And then when she comes next, she will help me put the duvet cover back on. But in the meantime, I've got a bedspread and a sheet that I will remake the bed with. I hope that makes sense. No, I don't use my chair in the house, Logan, no. Not currently, and I hope I never get to the point of needing the chair in the house. However, some of the adaptations that are being done to my house are being done with the just in case I do need to in the future use my wheelchair in the house. For example, the door to the bathroom, to the wet room, is being widened so that if in the future I need to use the wheelchair in the house, I will be able to. At the moment I don't need to, and I hope and pray that I never need to use it in the house. And my front door is being widened so that I can get a wheelchair into my house, because at the moment I can't get my electric wheelchair into the house. No, Emma, I live in a bungalow. It's not accessible at the moment. At the moment, I store the wheelchair in the garage. Hopefully later this year, when the front door is widened and stuff, I will be able to store the wheelchair in the hall, and it will make things a lot easier for me, being able to store it in the house. No, it's Luna's tail. People often think Luna's tail's my hair when they first glance at it. A bungalow is a house all on the ground floor. How did the pavlova go? Meg, I'll show you. There you go. There's the pavlova. Ta-da! One nicely made pavlova. Who is B in EastEnders? I have no idea. Who's she related to, and who is it? Because I literally haven't watched EastEnders for well over a year. Linda's ex-school friend, okay. Oh, thank you for the pearl chime, Leah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Related to Phil, okay. B is the new Stella. I know who you mean by Stella, yes. No, she's not on my back. She's on the chair. She's on the back of the chair. They're a troll, Jerome. They're an absolute troglodyte and troll. Please just ignore them. Oh, Stella left years ago. No, they're not putting a safety cord in for me, Tasha. There's no need. Sweetie Pie, thank you for the pearl charm. Thank you. Pearl chime even. Thank you. I've got my own backups for calling for help, that type of thing. I don't have an emergency alarm at the moment. I'm still trying to decide whether I get one or not. A pavlova, Logan, is a meringue, a layered meringue. Well, I'm not eating the actual pavlova, but I've got some little meringues that I've been nibbling on. Turned out really well. thank you for the bloom melody, Leah. Thank you. No, I'm not letting Luna have any. She can't. It's pure sugar. I'm not eating too much either. It's pure sugar. Yes, Dot, I'm going to go to bed for a couple of hours, then get up. Shazza, it's impossible to say thank you for every single rose.
Yes.
It's impossible to say thank you for every rose, every heart. I'd literally sit here and just keep saying thank you. And I have done that in the past, but it's impossible to say thank you for every single rose, every single finger heart, everything. It's just impossible. I do from time to time say thank you very much everybody, and I will say it now. Thank you very much everybody who's sending roses, heart mis, populars, anything. Thank you. Thank you for the hand heart, Sweetie P. Thank you. And I'm going to say this, it's a lot more than a lot of creators say, because a lot of creators don't say thank you for anything. Oh, thank you for the corgi. Good evening, Mel. Or good afternoon, Mel. How are you, my dear? Do you fancy eating some cardiac... Well, I shouldn't really say that to you, actually, Mel. I apologise. Sorry, Mel. That was me not thinking. Sorry, Mel. Meringue. Diabetic overdose. I'm eating some little ones. Hello. You come back to say hello again. Come on then. Come here. Come on then. Up. Oh. Here she is. Here's the princess. Hello. You've been outside. You've been outside. You've been sunbathing. You've been relaxing in the garden. Yeah. Oh, yawn. She is thin, yes, but she's very happy. She's very healthy. She's just very small. I'm going to make an eating mess, Red Jedi, yes. Somebody is sniffing the air. She can sniff the sugar. Here you go. There is the tiniest bit of meringue there, Bee. She says, oh, sweet. I like that, she says. She's a cha-cha-cha chihuahua. She's the smallest dog in town. Literally. So somebody asked earlier if I have children. These are my children. My fur baby and my feather baby. Aren't you? Hey, you're right. What do you want? Is it getting near dinner time for you? She didn't eat very much yesterday, but she's already eaten a whole sachet of food today. But yesterday she hardly ate anything. She just didn't want to know. It's empty, Jen. She is thin. Ooh, that was a big yawn and whine. I have, Red Jedi, yes. Do you want to get down again? Go on then. Let me put you on the floor then. I don't like you jumping on the stone. So this floor is tiled and I don't like her jumping on it. from a height. No, Mama Jones, no. I was in it last weekend, but I'm trying to give my back. I've got this skin irritation on my back that keeps getting worse every time I go in the hot tub. So I'm trying to give that a chance to see if I can get rid of it. I don't know if it's going to go or not. Oh, you've been in the swimming pool. Ah, sorry, I misunderstood. You've been in the pool today. Nice. Maria, I've been using a chlorine alternative, not chlorine, but yes, chlorine makes me itch like anything. That's why I use an alternative. They are pink, yes. They're the Swan brand. Don't know if you've heard of the Swan brand, but yes, they are the Swan pink saucepan and frying pan and stuff. Oh, Evil Jamie, happy birthday for Tuesday. I don't think they're real oak, no, but this kitchen is horrible. Emma, actually, when I bought them, Emma, they weren't expensive because I got them on a sale deal a good few years ago. Yeah, this kitchen is a lot smaller than my old kitchen. What would my dream kitchen? I've seen a kitchen that I absolutely love, but there's no way I can afford it at the moment. Why is there a green pigeon in your house? I've not seen a green pigeon. Has anybody else ever seen a green pigeon? Never seen a green pigeon, sorry. Not that I'm aware of, Kimru. I've never seen a green pigeon. I've never heard of a green pigeon. That might be a cross between an Indian ringneck and a pigeon mating together. I'm not sure if they would work, but this kitchen, although it doesn't look it from the outside, this kitchen is falling apart and is rotten in places. No, this kitchen needs to be ripped out, but I can't afford to do it I can't afford to do it at the moment. No, this kitchen desperately needs to be done. It's rotten in places. It's falling apart in places. I've got shelves that are falling apart. Yeah. Kaylee, I'll give you one guess. What do you think the colour is of the kitchen that I've seen that I really like? Pink. Yeah, pink. Pink. I've seen a really nice pink kitchen that I love. Pastel pink, not Barbie pink. Pastel. You know, I did my kitchen in my old house 5 years ago. 5 years ago, before I moved, 5 years ago, I did my kitchen in my old house. 5 years ago. In 2 months' time, I will finish paying for that kitchen. I'm still paying a loan that I got 5 years ago for the kitchen in my old house. Why did I move? Because of my health. My health just started deteriorating quicker, and I needed to move to a bungalow because I was struggling so much with the stairs. And that is the biggest reason I moved. So yeah, 5 years ago, I got a really good rate on a loan, really good. You wouldn't get that now. The interest rate I got on a loan 5 years ago was 3%. 3% on a loan 5 years ago. I never get that again, exactly. Thank you so much for the poll chime, Leah. Thank you. Sadie, it's not just what they look like on the outside, Sadie. It's actually falling apart in places. Yeah, it's not just a case of I don't like what it looks like. It's actually falling apart in places. This is the thing, when people rent something, they don't have to worry about the upkeep of a house because that's what the landlord does. But when you own your house, you have to pay for your own upkeep. You have to pay for your own repairs, etc., etc., etc. Dot, I love it. Or Dot, have you ordered the swan ones? Have you ordered the swan ones, Dot? Yes. I tell you, Dot, I've had that set for several years. Mind you, I don't use them every day, but I've had the set for, well, more than 5 years. I had them before I had my new kitchen at the old place. I can't be blamed for your husband not liking pink, Dot. I'm sorry, but I draw the line at being taken blame for that. Exactly, Diane. New kitchens aren't cheap. Demi, I don't drive anymore, no. So when I went shopping on Thursday, when I brought the shopping, I sent it home in a taxi, and I then went home by wheelchair. Because the plants, the orchids that are in the sink, which you saw earlier, those orchids which I brought, plus I brought a whole load of empty boxes for sorting stuff out in my bedroom and stuff. And there was no way I could carry it home. So I bought some stuff and made use of paying for a taxi. I paid for a taxi to bring my shopping home for me. And then I came home on the wheelchair. Well, it wasn't a food shop, Em. It was boxes, it was the orchids, it was from other odds and ends for the house. Yeah, I went shopping. It wasn't a food shop. When I do a food shop, I get it delivered most of the time. I do go to Tesco's from time to time. Jojo, it's none of your business how I own my own home. But for your information, I bought my first home back in 1997. So I've been a homeowner for 29 years. Oh, it was VT. My first home, £72,500. That same home now is worth over 400. I know. West London, that same home now is worth 400, just over. I know that because I've kept an eye on what the house prices are doing in the area. No, it doesn't mean yes, Jojo. It means mind your own fucking business. No, I didn't see yes, no, because I'd sold it back in 2004 before the house prices went up even more. Oh, there's some people to get rid of. I'm going to block that person as well because you know what? I've had enough of them in my chat. Block. You know, sometimes people poke me to the point where I just want to get rid of them. Bye-bye, Jojo. You bitch. People think if you're disabled you can't own your own house. Exactly, Lisa. It's like, why are these people thinking like that? Yeah, I've been making a pavlova. Yeah, you can see the pavlova. There you go. Ta-da! 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 Exactly, Claire. Pavlova meringue. It's basically a meringue. But I made it in the microwave. Did you watch earlier, Chloe? Ah, you should have been here for the demo earlier on. I showed people how to make it. George, if you want to know about mortgages, you need to get a mortgage advisor. I can't tell you. Every single person is different for mortgages and stuff. You have to look at your own circumstances, not somebody else's. It was live earlier on, Northern Spirit, and they said they're going to be live at 6 o'clock. So I will be coming off just before 6 because I want to watch all these shenanigans on the canal. And I will be live for the England game later, yes. A mortgage is a loan secured on the house you buy. I'm not going to say where I'm from in West London, but yes, I'm originally from West London. Trudy, if you want to watch the canal goings on, you need to watch Miss Red, Pearl Price, Dave Duran's, Fraser, Rubber Duck, and Luke the Judge. Poppy, it's none of your business how I have a mortgage. None of your business whatsoever. I don't ask about your personal finances. Thank you, Hannah. Alright guys, I will be wrapping up in a minute. So I'm going to say thank you to everybody. I really, really, really appreciate everybody sending me anything they've sent me today. I'm a bit shocked that we've had about 1,000 or more people in the whole live, which I'm a bit astonished by, because I've been live for nearly 3 hours, and for most of the live we've had over 1,000 people. And I've just scrolled to my analytics for the live. In this live, I've had 150 new followers. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't believe I've got 8 new followers in this live. I'm sorry, not 8. 151 new followers in this live. Thank you so bloody much. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely astonished. So I'm just seeing what this is. Yeah, no, that's fine. So guys, thank you so much for being here. I don't know where that came from. No, it was something on my screen and I said 8 when I meant to say 150, and then it went up as I was saying it. I went up to 151. So guys, I also want to say thank you for the new followers I've had in the recent weeks. I'm now at 188,000 followers. I'm bowled over. I really am. I'm well on the road to the 200k by the end of the year. Well on the road to the 200k. I'm so bloody grateful. I really am. And I know some of them are trolls. I know that. But you know what trolls mean? They just increase my numbers. Trolls just increase my numbers and they increase my visual. So you know what? That's fine by me. I'm learning how to ignore the trolls. I'm learning how to laugh with people more. Genuinely learning. And the more I'm watching other people, the more I'm realizing it's not just me. The more I'm realizing that there's a difference between personal hate and general trolling. And there's a big difference between the two. And there are some people on this app who personally hate me. But there are other people on this app who just troll. And there's a big difference between the two. And I also want to say a huge thank you to everybody who's supported me for however long. Thank you very, very, very much. Izzy, thank you so much for the hand heart. Thank you, Izzy. That's really kind of you. Thank you. So, guys, I am going to go and watch the fun and the shenanigans of the boat this evening. I am very aware that they're doing a competition evening where you can buy tickets from their sponsor. I'm not doing a plug for them, but I am going to say this. I am going to buy some tickets to enter the competition. They do have lots of cash prizes up for grabs tonight. I am going to buy some tickets myself. I want to encourage people to be sensible. Because do not spend more than you can. It is a form of how do I spell this? Gamberling. It is a form of that. Taking risk. So remember that if you're buying tickets, remember to play sensibly. Did I spell it wrong? Sorry. You understood what I was saying though. Remember to play sensibly, and if you do play, good luck to you. Apparently if you get on and you choose a box, apparently some of the boxes have things in where they have to eat something like maggots, cockroaches, mealworms, things like that. Who would I get to eat something, do you think? There's a list, Alex. Trust me, there's a list. Yeah, sadly, it's only people who are on the boat, so I'm not sure, but yes, no comment. Anyway, if you do get through, guys, congratulations, good luck, everything else. You can watch it, Laura, on Miss Red, Pearl Price, DT Competitions, Dave Duran. Actually, it's probably on Dave Duran. That's Dave Duran, Doran, I think. They're going live just after 6. Fraser and Luke the Judge. And Rubber Duck. Also, if you search canal boats, things like that, videos will come up. But if you search the usual suspects, you know, if you search for Dave Duran, Luke the Judge, Miss Red, Pearl Price, Rubber Duck, they're going into each other's boxes. So, yeah, you can search all of them and it will come up eventually. Pavlova turned out really well. Ta-da! Who's Lux J? Never heard of that person. Who's Lux J? Who's that? You're welcome, Amy. Just don't use an electric mixer. Okay, I don't know who Lux J is. No. I think that's Rubber Duck. I think that, no, I think that is Rubber Duck. J is is Rubber Duck. I think. I could be wrong, but I think that's Rubber Duck. It's not Rubber Duck. Okay, fair enough. Alright, guys, I'm disappearing because I want to clean some of this up before I go and relax. So thank you, everybody, for being here. I will see you all later tonight for Dave's girlfriend. Right, okay, I didn't know that. Genuinely didn't know that. So J Lux, was it Lux J or J Lux? Anyway, she is Dave's girlfriend. I didn't know that. Right, everybody, I will see you later this evening. Thank you all very much for being here. Love you all. Thank you very much for being here. See you for the football, guys. Bye.